Hello and welcome back to my channel. Here we like to do things budget friendly, and if you are like me and have champagne taste but on a beer budget, these videos are for you. Today is a G4FREE haul. Now, hear me out. This company is on Amazon. So that means if you have an Amazon membership, that is fast, free delivery. They have so much to choose from. They have petite sizes, plus sizes, maternity sizes, and my personal favorite is different lengths for pants, all the way up to 33-inch or extra long lengths in the most cozy pants that I reach for on a regular basis. If you're looking for something ultra soft, cozy, super stretchy, deep pockets, G4FREE has got you. They started in 2014, so this is relatively a new company, but they have expanded their pieces and they have the most beautiful color ranges to blues, blacks, grays, mauves, pinks that just scream very cozy, natural tones, and I love, love, love my pieces that I already have. So when they asked me if I wanted to do another video, I said absolutely yes. So G4FREE was very kind in sending me these products to show you. I have a couple of pieces that are exactly the same, but in different lengths or different sizes, so that I can show you some of the different sizes and how they look on me. Now remember, I am 5'8" and some change, so almost 5'9". I'm about 145 pounds, and I prefer to wear pants that are a little bit more loose fitting on me personally. I have a very sensitive stomach and I don't like very thick waistbands. That is one of the reasons why I have a tendency to size up as well. So keep those things in mind when I try these products on, but let's go ahead and get started. Just a couple of things to note before we go ahead and get started. Some of you have been asking me, what wig am I wearing? What lip gloss am I wearing? So I'm going to tell you that this is a Salty Chelsea Smith wig that is no longer available, sadly. And the lip combo I am wearing is LA Girl lip liner. This one is in the shade Cuddle. So one of the LA Color Auto lip liners, Dollar Tree find. And then one of the e.l.f. Click Sticks in the shade Toasted. The writing on here is so itsy bitsy. So it's Toasted, looks like this. And it's kind of this orangey, neutrally shade. And there's just a little bit of a pepperminty feel. It's supposed to be plumping, but it's not the burn your lips plumping. It's kind of like that minty cooling plumping. So also I'm wearing a Temu top to start with. In case you guys have any questions, this one is also unavailable, but just goes to show you that you can wear things on a budget and still look cute. I'm going to start off with my favorite color of this whole haul, and that is a burgundy tone. And one of these is a small regular length, and one of these is a medium long length, I believe. Medium, yes, long length, the 31 inseam. So the 30, 32, or 33-inch inseam is going to be your extra tall. These are just the regular tall. Now, these are... They're just so comfy. There's a couple of different styles of these jogger pants. One of them has the drawstring in it, and then the other one does not. This is the drawstring version of this. Now, they do have two full pockets in the back, but two front pockets that are functional up at the front. And they do have these really deep pockets, so you can fit a lot of things in here. And it has a side sewn just a little bit here, so you don't have to worry about things like chapsticks or keys or things like that falling out of your pocket when you go to sit down. The waistband is a nice thick waistband, but it's not a super tight waistband, which is why I prefer the medium, which fits an 8-10, and the smalls are like a size 6. So could I get away with a size small? I could, but it's too tight for my personal liking. And I'm going to wear both of them so that you can see the differences in size between the small and the medium, and the length between the regular and the tall. Now, I don't know how else to describe this material other than, if you are my age or a little bit older, that back in the 90s, wearing silk tops were all of the rage, and they were just some silk blouses that we wore all of the time. This feels like that. This very much like that. The texture of it as you're running your hands along it feels like a silk blouse, but it's a thicker sweatpants material, so it also means it's nice and cooling. Now, when I say stretchy, I mean the stuff is super, super, super stretchy. It moves with you. You don't have to worry about splitting a seam if you're doing squats. So these are really great workout materials, but they specialize more so on comfortable outdoor activity wear. They also do have some pieces that are actually really good for if you're going to the office and you don't have to wear, skirts and dresses, but just a little bit more polished, like a business casual. They do have business casual as well. I have one piece in here that could be utilized as a business casual. Everything else I'm going to show you are these super, super cozy sweatpants, things that you could just cuddle up with, especially now that it's getting a little bit cooler outside and you want to come inside and you want to sit by the fire, sip on some hot cocoa in the morning time, drinking your coffee. These are just super loungy, sitting around the house. Or if you are an active person and you want to go hiking or biking and it's a little bit cooler, these are perfect pieces for that. Now, they do have pieces that are very color complementary. So if you wanted to get a sweatshirt to match one of these pairs of pants, the colors are virtually the same. So the navy would be in the pants would be the same shade as the navy that would be in a sweatshirt or a hoodie, for example. So you can mix and match these pieces and have them be complementary. Or you could do a shade lighter, which is what I chose to get, is a t-shirt that would coincide with pretty much any one of these pieces. So it would look really cute with the navy, it would look really cute with the maroon, and it also will look really nice with the taupe. So this is a very simple shirt that I've picked out. It's a little bit more of a crop top. And this one is made out of polyester and spandex. These are very cooling, very lightweight to the touch, very stretchy. And it's kind of one of those loungy, I don't know what happened to my camera here. Oopsie. But just a very loungy, easy to wear t-shirt. And if you don't like the idea of crop tops, there's two things that you can do to fix the problem of showing any midriff. Number one is wearing your pants up a little bit higher. Number two is wearing a tank top underneath to cover up your midriff. So these are going to be very versatile and lightweight enough, big enough so that you can wear something over it or under it. And this one I did pick up in a size medium. Again, medium is size 8-10. So this is a very cute top. I am just excited to see how this is going to work out with a lot of these pieces. And it does have kind of this side cutout here. The seams are very strategically placed on all of these so that it adds just enough character and a little bit more design so that it's not just a plain, boring, bland piece. It just adds more interest to the pieces. And all of them will have their little logo somewhere on the material, on the backs of the tops, or let's see, on this one in specific, on the pair of pants, I want to say, yes, a little bit more to the side, which is their cute little logo there. Now, moving on into the next piece, this is what I'm talking about, where you've got a couple of different options for sweatpants. So if you don't like the whole drawstring thing, because some people don't like the drawstrings just hanging loosey-goosey, and now what do you do with them? This is a second option that you can get within the sweatpants. So this one has that pull drawstring, right, where you've got the little rubber band and the little slider on there. So that would be option number 2 as far as the waistlines go. This one, I believe, is in a size large. So we're going to compare small, medium, and large. And then you can kind of see what all the different sizes would look on me for my weight and my height. And again, just these beautiful waistlines, super soft material. Inside is super silky and smooth. And then outside you have that kind of looking like and feeling like silk. If you can kind of see how that material is, it's very hard to explain. Now, here's another thing that I really like about this. These pieces, if you were to drip something on yourself, are very easy to clean, right? If you're out and about, you're eating dinner, you dribble something on yourself, you can easily wipe it up. I mean, to a certain degree, right? If we're spilling like red wine on ourselves or something like that, obviously that's going to make a difference. But my story is I was over at the Mexican restaurant with my partner that's local to us. That's one of our favorite places. And we were sitting at one of the outside tables when it was warmer. And you know how sometimes the outside tables have the wires or the crisscross tables, and it doesn't really have like a glass tabletop. Things drip through. I was eating salsa, dripped right through the table because the waiter brought it out and it spilled over the bowl and it went down on my lap. All I did was take a little bit of water on a napkin, wiped it right up. Looked wet for a little bit, but then when it dried, it was fine. It was fine. These are also, if you have pets, the hair just wipes right off. Wipes right off. Love it. Now, I am currently sitting at a table that has, I try to wipe it off, but I do have pet hair on here, okay? Because I have 4 pets that a couple of them shed, a couple of them don't, but hair gets everywhere, right? And so I can just easily wipe off the hair. Easy peasy, super simple. Now, all of these pieces I did select are a wide leg. And for that reason, when I do wide leg pants, I have to have them in long length. Otherwise, it looks super duper goofy on me. So the fact that these wide leg joggers are in these long lengths blows my mind. Blows my mind because every time I love a wide leg pant, every time I want to wear a wide leg sweat pant, I can't because it looks silly on me. It goes above my ankle and it just looks ill-fitted and bad. And with a small regular length, I'll be able to show that to you as to why I don't care for short wide leg joggers. Now, our last option for a waistband is something that doesn't have drawstrings at all. So if you don't like drawstrings at all, this would be your best option. These waistbands are a little bit tighter than the ones with the drawstring, just by a skosh, for obvious reasons, right? You want them to stay up. With the drawstring, you can wear them a little bit more loose, a little bit on the larger side, but without the drawstring, you need to have just a little extra to them. So these are definitely the way to go if you are not a drawstring lover. So they do have that option, which is fantastic. What I also love about these are the pleats that come down the center of the leg. It just adds in an extra little detail to make it not so boring or average looking. This one in particular is going to be a long length medium, and then I do have an extra long length medium in this as well. And this is in the taupe shade. And the taupe is very beautiful, very flexible, very versatile. You can wear taupe with brown. You can wear taupe with blue. You can wear taupe with black. It's a very universal color, and it depends on what you're wearing with it, what shade you're wearing with it, as to is it going to pull a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler. So taupe is one of my favorite colors for that, because I can wear basically whatever color I want to pair this with. And again, those deep pockets. This one in particular doesn't have any pockets in the rear end, but you can see their little logo there. Now, let's move on to the one that's a little bit more, I think, like a business slack, casual business friendly type of piece. Now, this is going to be a thinner material than the sweatpants, and it feels more like your average kind of workout material. But the way that it is designed has more of a slack type of look to it. You've got your side pockets and you've got your imitation back pockets. So non-functioning back pockets. I don't think any of these have functioning back pockets, but it is just a nice little detail. It kind of adds to that a little bit of a business, more of like a business slack. Again, this is going to be a wide leg, but this one I believe is also in that extra long length, which is the 33 inseam, also in a size medium. And I think, again, they have that seam that draws attention down the center. Are we able to see it on camera here? Right there. That draws a little bit extra attention, gives it a little bit more character. And for a business slack type of pant, very lovely, nice, deep pockets. You can fit keys, wallet, cell phone, whatever you want in there. And because it's sewn up the side and not just straight open like this at an angle, things aren't going to fall out. And these types of waistbands, although when you think about it, that was a very popular waistband for maternity wear, but I tell you what, I like them in even denim, as I'm currently wearing denim right now that has a very similar waistband to that. You don't have buttons, you don't have zippers, you don't have anything that is going to bulge out at you when you're wearing a little bit tighter of a top. And I really like that. Sometimes those kinds of minor details make all of the difference as to whether or not a top is going to fit funny on you. So I really do like these types of waistbands. And this waistband in particular is a very thin waistband, not very chunky. It's just an all elastic piece, but there isn't any elastic running through it. So again, very comfortable, very cozy. And this last piece I'm going to show you here is the same piece, same color, very similar to the one that I showed you with this type of drawstring. So I'm going to compare the two colors for you so you can see they're pretty much identical. So it's a different style, same navy blue. So the colors are very much the same across the board. In this one in particular, we have a regular 29-inch inseam. So this one I know is going to run short on me, but this is also in a size medium 8-10. Again, we're just going to want to compare the lengths of these so that you can see the difference for yourself. If you are my height and you need long-legged pants, they definitely have options out there for you. And this again is that really structured elastic band with the regular drawstrings here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start putting these on for you and modeling the different lengths as well as the different sizes. This is this small in this maroon shade with the 29-inch inseam. So this goes where I would like my pants to be is a little bit higher up around my waist, but you can also drop these down. If you do find that a pair of pants is a little bit too short, you can certainly drop the waistband down a little bit lower on your hips and it will give you the extra length. However, for me, that's not a comfortable place for my waistband to sit. I do prefer to be a little bit higher up where my sensitive stomach isn't going to be affected. The other thing that I wanted to share with you that I forgot to mention is that this shirt is also SPF UV 50. And it is moisture wicking. So definitely something to be very cognizant about if you're out in the sunshine is to wear your SPF. This shirt also has that built-in feature, and the moisture wicking helps so that if you're going to be working out, it will dry quickly and you won't be a soggy, soppy mess forever. So with this being the size small, noticing how it fits is a little bit more tight than I care for it, especially around my waist, my hips, and my thighs. This is the size 4-6 or the size medium in the regular length. And this is what it looks like in the back. And here we have the length is just coming right up above my ankles where I don't care for that. And that's why having the long length, especially for these more wide leg pants, is a lot more flattering on the long or the tall gal's body type, which is absolutely amazing that we have those options. So you have, again, your petite sizes, your 29-inch inseam 31 and 33. This is the 29. So let me hop into the next length up and the next size up, but still in the same color. Now you can really see the difference between the size of the medium and small and the 31 inseam and the 29-inch inseam. This is going to fit me a lot more comfortably, a lot more flowy, which is what I like to see. Also, it's going to hit right above the top of my feet, which is great so that when I sit down, it kind of stays where it's supposed to stay and not slide up halfway up my calf, right? So obviously this is going to fit me a lot more comfortably. It's going to be a lot more flowy, a lot more breathable. The waistband is looser so that I can place it wherever I want, and it's going to fit comfortably on whatever sensitive part of my stomach is an issue on that day. So here is what it looks like in the back. And again, these pockets are super deep and they are very silky, smooth lined. And it is just an ever so slight different material and the inside lining of the pocket than it is on the outside of the pants themselves. Again, very comfortable, very stretchy, very, very bouncy. Love these. This is my second pair of these that I've had. I do have them in a more brown color. I believe either brown or gray. Either which way, I did a haul before with G4FREE and I have different colors in that haul. I will list that haul at the end of this video, so if you want to click on it to refer to some other options that are out there available, you can certainly refer to that photo or video. Yeah. Video. You can refer to that video. So the last article of clothing I wore again is the size medium with a 31-inch inseam. This is a size large with a 31-inch inseam. Gives me a little bit more room here gives me a little bit more room here. And because this has that drawstring feature, I can comfortably wear this one and load my pockets down and not be afraid that this is going to pull off or down on me. So now you can see the 3 different sizes, small, medium, large, and how they fit me and my body type. So I prefer a good, loose fitting, flowy, loungy pair of pants. So perhaps in the future, I will select maybe just a couple of more larges just for those days where I'm feeling I need to be in something a little bit more roomy. And I do, again, love that because these have some of the drawstring features, I can certainly tighten these up and have plenty of room for stuff in my pockets that, again, my pants aren't gonna fall down on me for. So here is the back and how the back fits. Again, those deep pockets, the super stretch, and that 31-inch inseam. This one is in that dark navy blue. And again, these are just so soft, so flowy. Love, love, love. A little bit cooling on the skin as well. So if you run a little bit hot, you're perimenopausal, postmenopausal, or menopausal, and you have those hot flashes, you know that a nice soft cooling material can make or break the fact that you would feel even more miserable without it. Going back into the size medium and the 29-inch inseam. So we have the version of this with the drawstrings on this one. This one has the same deep front pockets. This one though has a little bit of a faux pocket in the back here. I kind of had to find them. the little bit of a faux pocket in the back so that it gives it a little bit more character in the back. And again, the 29-inch inseam on this one. So I suppose if you were to be maybe 5'3", 5'4", that this one would, the 29-inch inseam might run kind of long on you. So try those petite sizes for sure. Those might actually fit you a little bit better, but the 29-inch inseam I can get away with dropping it down further down on my hip, which again is not where I prefer to wear my pants, but I can drop them down around my hip and it will give me a little bit more length in that leg. So this is the third. I've got 2 more pieces to go. I'm going to show you my favorite color, or the second favorite color, which is that taupe color, in the 2 sizes that I have. These are the size medium with a 31-inch, just the regular long length, in the version that does not have any drawstrings, but it has that little bit thicker of a waistband here. And it has those front pleats that come down the center that adds that little extra oomph to the design. The same deep pockets, same stretchy material. And this is what it looks like in the back. Now the 31-inch inseam works out pretty well for me, but I am excited to try the 2 pieces that I have with a 33-inch inseam, and that's coming up next. Okay, you guys, what do you think? Are you excited to see some of these long pants? Now this is a little bit too long for me, but this is also any size large. So this one is going to be that size 12. So this one is a little bit more roomy on me up here. And without that drawstring, for me, this pair of pants wouldn't work so well with the large size. I would need to have the ones with the drawstrings if I'm going to go with a large. This one I would probably be a little leery on putting anything heavy into my pockets. The other thing I could do with this is I could simply roll down the waistband, and that gives me a little extra tightness to that waistband. Here we have what it looks like in the back. Look at that length, you guys. Just look at that beautiful length. Now, obviously it's too long for me, but for you guys out there who love the idea of getting a 33-inch inseam, you have that option with this company, and I'm so pleased to be able to show that to you, because it is what's important to me, is having those long length pants. And I can't stress that enough. Obviously I have been, but there you go. That is what the 33-inch on me would look like with my measurements. Here is the last piece. This is going to be a size medium with the 33-inch inseam, so that extra tall. And for this piece in particular, this one is actually a length that I would prefer, which is the 33-inch inseam on this one in particular. And here's why. This is a little bit more of that business casual. So if you were to be wearing this, let's say with a pretty little blouse, maybe even a blazer, if you wore this with a pretty little pair of heels, it would lift it up enough so that it's not going to be touching and dragging on the floor. Love that. Absolutely love that. Now, I believe that the taupe pair of pants dragged a little bit more on the floor for me personally, because it was a size too big. So the size large gives you a little bit more in this area, right? And so when you have something that fits where it's supposed to fit, it brings it up off the floor a little bit more. So the 33, potentially, if it was in the size medium, would fit me the absolute best, hands down, if it was in my correct size with the medium size 810. Now here's the back of it. We do again have those little imitation pockets on the back, the same nice deep pockets that you can fit a cell phone in and keys. And the waistband on this is very thin, very, very easy to wear on somebody with a sensitive stomach. And again, if you're going to be wearing a blouse over something like this, you don't want to have the buttons and the snaps and the belt loops and all of this kind of stuff kind of poking through. It just kind of makes it look a little funny. So this would be a perfect one if you're going to be wearing an untucked blouse. Absolutely perfect for that. Now, would I love to try these in different colors? Absolutely. This is so comfy. But for me, this would be a more spring fall than it would be a winter pair of pants. But you can very easily wear a pair of long johns underneath a lot of these pieces if you needed to have an extra layer of warmth. And by the way, this company also has some other outdoor materials that you could buy. I think they have like umbrellas, things like that. So it's not just clothing, they do have other accessories. So for these pieces, my favorite ones are the maroon color and the taupe color. Absolutely love those. I love the fact that you can piece these together with different products in their shop. If you want to do tops with the pants, they're very versatile because the colors coincide with each other. You can change up the lightness or the darkness of a top to coincide with a pair of pants. Or if you're wanting to choose a same exact color with the same exact color pair of pants, you can get that. What drives me bonkers is trying to find two navy blues that match, two gray tones that match, two black tones that match. That's always the hardest part, but these pieces are very interchangeable and I love that. The other part that I really like is the pants that have the drawstring, where I can wear them in a size large and have that extra room for those days where I'm just feeling a little bit more bloated, a little bit more uncomfortable, and I just need something to be a little bit more flowy, a little bit more loose fitted. And I love that I can get that within this company and have that in a size large with beautiful drawstrings and the nice waistband. So there you go. What do you guys think? What was your favorite? And that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much, as always, for sticking it out with me on another video today. If you are new, I would appreciate it if you considered subscribing. Tap that subscribe button down below. Hit the little bell icon. That way you'll be notified of all my future uploads. Also, don't forget, there is a hype button. The hype button will add points to my videos so that it will go out into the YouTube atmosphere for more people to watch and enjoy. So if you click on that, if you've got a free hype, I would love, love, love it and super duper appreciate it. But Until next time, guys, I will see you later. Bye, guys.